ever heard stories from the Bible, then you've probably heard of a guy named Moses. Remember him? The guy who was floating in a basket as a baby, raised by a princess, talked to a burning bush, then led the Israelites out of Egypt into freedom. He was definitely a great person in the Bible, but this story is not really about him.
It's about someone who helped Moses do the things God wanted him to do. His name was Jethro. He was Moses' wife's father, his father-in-law.
Like any proud father-in-law, Jethro kept up with all the great things God was doing through Moses. Moses led the Israelite people out of Egypt, and they were now camped in the desert at God's mountain. Remember, this story is about Jethro. When Jethro heard that Moses and the Israelites were camped in the desert, he brought Moses' wives and sons out to the camp. Moses was very excited to see them. He ran over to Jethro, bowed down, and kissed him. Close enough.
After the reunion, Jethro and Moses went to his tent where Moses told Jethro all that God had done to rescue them and bring them this far. Jethro praised God, saying, "Now I know that God is the greatest." Jethro even brought an offering and sacrifice to God, and they all ate together in the presence of God.
The next day, Moses went to work as a judge. He worked all day helping all the Israelites solve their conflicts. He also taught them about God's rules and instructions for living. Although this all sounded like a good thing, Jethro noticed that Moses was doing all of this every day, all by himself. He told Moses that if he kept working like this, he was going to burn out. Jethro then gave Moses some great advice. He told Moses, "You should still teach the people about God's ways and speak to God for them. You should still handle the big conflicts, but the smaller conflicts should be handled by other leaders." Jethro told Moses that he should be delicate. No, not delicate. He should delegate.
In other words, he should let others help him with leading. They should work together. If he does this, then he will be able to serve God and the people longer, and they will all be happier.
Since Jethro was Moses' father-in-law and his advice was very wise, Moses did everything Jethro suggested. He chose leaders to help the Israelites. Satisfied with how this all worked out, Jethro said goodbye to Moses and went back to his own country.
The Bible is full of people, like Jethro, who didn't get much credit, but who made a huge difference. Big or small, God can use any of us to do great things. Just like Jethro encouraged Moses to work with others to accomplish God's plan. And that's how it happened in the Bible.